Jai Shri Mataji. Good morning, everyone. Let's all bow down, raise our Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. Shri Ganesh Mantra. In this meditative state, we will now hear Srimataji's speech.
Because divine can go up to a point. That's the trouble. It has no interest in your money, nor in your position, or anything. It has only one interest, that you should take to divine life. And if you go on accepting something that is stupid, how can divine help you? I've been thinking on these lines all through. And I have talked to some of those who came to us. How is it you never discovered that they were false gurus? They said we could see there was something in us was saying that there's something false about this gentleman. And still, why did you continue? They said, because we were walking in a dark alley and didn't know whether we were walking forward or backwards. And they said, go on and on and on, promising us about the future. And that's the point. Because you are futuristic, you are people who are futuristic. You do not want to believe that you can get your realization today. You just don't want to believe it. You don't want to listen to that person who says you can get your realization today. You want to keep it for the future. Everything postponed for the future. And that's why you go on living with it till you are completely finished and wrecked. When Kundalini cannot rise, when you cannot get your realization. I think the worst thing this futuristic society has done to us is that we always postpone even our self-realization. Can you imagine? It's a very sad thing. This kind of postponement is going to lead us into great troubles. The divine power today is so active, so activated. It was never so activated, I can tell you. Those who are realized souls can see. At the time of Vedas, the divine power, which looked like small sparks of light, which you can see, the realized souls can see, was called as Bhargo. Bharga. And in the main mantra of Vedas, it was written that make me such that I should be able to see that Bharga, that divine sparkle in the sky, which Sahaj Yogis can see. And for that, people were willing to sacrifice anything to get to that state where they could at least see that. But today, because of futuristic society, we'll also say that, all right, we'll see it tomorrow. Not today. Leave it for tomorrow. Now this power, today, I must say, is so very active. It was never that active. It was never that sensitive. Today that divine power is extremely sensitive. And those people who are simple people, who are not futuristic by temperament, can feel it. They are so sensitive to it. In a split of a second, you can give realization to thousands of these people. So, I personally think that one should try to feel this divine power, those who are realized souls, in its all aspect. The greatest aspect of it is that today it is very active. It is very active because so many people are realized souls on this earth. Because of you. It is working out things in such a dimension. I mean, you can see the result of this yourself. For example, when the Sahajogis got this ashram, they were amazed. What is the blessing of the divine powers? You know how knowledgeable it is. A tree, which is a mango tree, will have to give mango fruits. This power first sprouts the tree, chooses all of them in such a way that a mango tree gives a mango, say any other tree will give the fruit that it has. The child is born to a mother. People have not heard that dogs are born to human beings. A human child is born to a human being. So many forces have been active before, but today the spiritual force is so magnetic and so great. And the greatest of work it has done to bring forth so many seekers in this world is the divine force which has brought all of you on this earth. And now the only problem is of guiding them to the right lights. Now the divine power can be called as an universal unconscious for people who are not realized souls. Can give you dreams. And you can understand through dreams the symbols, if you could, or even clearly see things by which you can come to Sahaja. And you can find your self-realization. But when a person sleeps, in a deep sleep, he goes to a state called Sushupti. There he does see so many things. But when he is returning to consciousness, that time, there are other layers which cover your memory. Here also the futuristic temperament is responsible. The people who are futuristic have got a very bad memory. Their past is cut out, and even when they go into that depth, their memory itself is inactive. Apart from that, the mind of a modern man is so full of thoughts and ideas. There's so much of pressure and load on his head that by the time he comes to his consciousness, all that he has seen in the dreams becomes to zero, and the superficial dreams of this present day life cover it up. So that even the glimpse of that is not convincing, or maybe it cannot guide. The telecommunication system of the divine power is through the dreams to human beings. But the dreams we see only in the state of Sushupti. For a realized soul, it is easy to be in that state, to remember it, and to forget about all useless things because he is no more identified with the mundane things of life, with the useless things of life. But the guidance of these dreams, I have seen some people had these dreams in Rome. I was surprised. In Rome, so many people came to my program because they saw me in dream. There was an actress who saw me in her dreams, and she came to see me, and then she came to talk to me later on, and she told me that, Mother, I saw you in my dreams. And clearly she saw me as something which was important to her. The activity of this divine force is also marked when we are taking our spiritual life to some sort of an organized religious form. Now, you see, any religious form, say Indian religious form, or say in English, or say an Christian religious form, has deviated from reality. One must accept it. It's a fact. Whatever you may say, that churches or temples or all these religions which were really meant for Sahaja Yoga today, there it is. I have to go and work. But where are they? They are going to deny me completely. Why will they accept me? If I am the Redeemer, I have to look after them, isn't it? But they are not going to accept me at all. On the contrary, they will be against me because their activities are either money activities, or you can say other organizational activities and all these nonsensical activities which has no meaning as far as the spirit is concerned. So all such people who are sort of extremely overpowered by these ideas, now just look at the dogmas that people are fighting. Like, I can't understand, Catholics and the Protestants are saying that there are lots of differences. How can you have when the essence is Christ? Essence is Christ. How can you have differences if you believe in Christ? At least on that point you cannot have difference. And once you have all these dogmas covering you and these differences in you, you are identified all the time with something that is really dead, is done by your mental projection. So whatever this power may try, how far can it take you? And from this deadening thing, when you start to get out of it, you land up into another problems like these fake gurus. And they are on and on and on, because for them it does not matter. If somebody is ruined, somebody is suffering from any disease, doesn't matter at all. It is what they earn out of you. So they cheat you today. If you get out, they have another lot which is willing to be cheated. They go on and on and on. They mesmerize you. They keep you completely under their control. They brainwash you. And there is nothing in between. One side is this darkness of organized ways of looking at things, and another is this kind of mesmeric imprisonment from where you cannot get out. Where is the freedom? And whatever one may try to work out It is impossible to convince a person who is enslaved with his own will. Mesmerism is nothing but imprisonment with your own will. You have accepted to be mesmerized, you are accepting it, you are going on, and when there is a pull still going on all the time, that there's something wrong with this person, there's something wrong with this kind of Christianity and this kind of Hinduism and this kind of Islam and all those things. But still you go on with it because you are accepted that enslavement with your own desire. It sustains your ego. You think you have been with it throughout, so you should be. But what about your spirit? What about getting your second birth? That is in future, next life. This life is not possible. It should not be an impossible task. You see, the situation is such today that the whole world is in a trauma, in a shock. And the people who know about the future don't want to look at it in a way, those who really can see it. Because it shows horrible things which can happen to us the way we are moving. Those who know about it know it. And human beings are intelligent enough to understand that there's something definitely wrong with our whole system. And we have not been able to correct it. Also, they have reached this stage. They are not ignorant people today. They are knowledgeable. They understand this. Whether they are with the science or not, whether they are with the churches or not, in their hearts of hearts, I am sure there is a kind of an understanding which makes them understand that this is not the answer. Definitely they have this idea. I am sure of every one of them who are still a little bit left free. Maybe a priest may not think like that, but I can't even think of a priest who would not think like that. There's something wrong with this system. I'm on and on with this. I've been doing it every day in and day out. I'm preaching every day, but that's not the end. I mean, if they're dishonest, if they could be dishonest to that extent to themselves, I can't say, but they must be thinking there is a way out. But that doubting is killed every moment by giving new supply of explanations. In the science also, there are many people who understand that science is not the end of everything. It doesn't give you answers to everything. In politics also, people realize that it's a confusion. You can't say what is right, what is wrong. The other day I was seeing a very peculiar type of an argument which was really very foreign to me as an Indian, that they were discussing whether to keep the children with the parents or not, how to remove the children, when to remove, how to delimit. I mean, I can't think of an Indian ever proposing such a thing, that such a government will go to the dust in India if you say such a thing, that will remove your children from you. But that's a different society. This is a different society. But such a confusion between them, they didn't know whether they should remove the children from the parents. They didn't know whether if you remove the children, then are you really going to help the children or not? If the parents are cruel, what's going to happen? I mean, I can't think of parents being that cruel. I cannot think myself, because we had no wars, you see. You had wars, maybe people have become, you see, warmongers still. I don't know. But parents being that cruel that you have to remove children from them is something unnatural, absolutely unnatural, because nature has given you children and nature has given you that love. And how is it that in between these two natural things, some sort of an unnatural happening is taking place? But it is happening, and these confusions only make it possible for me to say that in this confusion only man is doubting today, is this the meaning of our lives? Is it what we are seeking? We have to be honest about it. If this doubt is there, then maybe the divine power can work it out, I'm sure. But they don't want to listen about it, they don't want to know about it, they are not bothered about it. They are going the way they have been going, they are very happy. They say we are not seekers. What does that mean? That they are not seekers. Are they satisfied with themselves? We like the way we live. But this freedom is not available. Is not available. If you like the way you live, you may have cancer. Who knows? You may have any disease. You may get mental problems. If not, your wife may divorce you, your children may leave you. I mean, there are immediate problems which you may face. You do not know what's happening today and what's going to happen tomorrow. For example, I know somebody who was a very nice man and who was not a seeker. He openly told me very nicely, no seeker, all right. We don't discuss religion, all right. And his wife ran away. So he comes back on God. Why God is doing such things? I mean, what? What have I done that God should punish me like this? On what level are you just now? You are just thinking of leading a very mundane, ordinary life, but you cannot. This freedom is not available under the circumstances. It's a time when there is emergency. Tremendous emergency in the atmosphere, which we must understand. When we talk of the society, the decadent society, this is happening, what is it? What is it? It means that you are placed in a way as if there is plague, and you have to be careful about it, to find out ways and methods, the escape of it, where to get it. You cannot carry on with your mundane type of life, even if you want to, because the problems that are around you, in front of you, at the back of you, are so many that they will definitely take charge of you if you do not become your spirit. It is like that. If they don't want to hear, all right. But they must know there's God's grace on this earth. My grandson, who was only at that time 4 years age, I don't know how he knows so many Sanskrit words. He came to me that it's more surprising that people don't know that there is God's grace working out everything. He's told me. In Sanskrit, it is God's grace is Anukampa. That God's Anukampa is there. They don't know. What do you say to this? They don't know. He's a realized soul, he's a born realized soul, no doubt. But still, little child, he said they don't know. And he had that compassion because they don't know they are punished. They had that sort of a feeling that they are blind and that's why they are punished. They don't know. But he doesn't know that they don't want to know also.
Mahamantras. We thank you, Srimataji, for this beautiful collective morning meditation. Let us all bow down, raise our Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. will join again tomorrow at the same time for the collective morning meditation. Jai Shri Mataji.